So for us Malaysians, I think like about 5-6 years ago, a lot of us were buying imported versions of the Xiaomi TV. But finally, after all this time, Xiaomi Malaysia officially brought in this TV, the Xiaomi P1. And it's available in a total of 4 different sizes, but only 3 of them is available here in Malaysia. And this that we have here is the 55-inch version. So let's take it for a spin and see what it has to offer. So when you buy this TV, this entire thing will come shipped in this box here. And first impression wise, unboxing the TV, taking it out of the box is hectic. That's all I can say. It's quite chaotic to the point where you will definitely need more than 2 people to get it out of the box and assemble, because number one, once you open it up, to lift the whole 55 inches of TV vertically upwards is problematic. There's nothing to grab at the back, and if you grab it at the back, then the front will topple down, all of those problems. And after you get it out of the box, you will also need to take out your screwdriver to screw in these legs. You got 2 of them, so a total of 4 screws. It's just not really a pleasant thing, but luckily it's still a one-time job. Just be careful when you're taking it out of the box and assemble the 2 legs. So once you get it out of the box and you set everything up, hooked up the power and turn it on, the Xiaomi Mi TV P1 is quite minimalist in terms of its looks. It only has this black bezel here and also an inner black frame. Now, this is one thing that I have to point out, is because Xiaomi, even though they do have honest pricing, I would say the marketing part of this TV is quite dishonest. If you look in their website, they are pointing out bezel-less or bezel-free multiple different times. But once you set it up and then you look it for yourself, you can see there is quite a sizable inner black frame. So that is quite unforgivable. So let me just go into the settings menu. You can see there is a border here. It's just covered by the main piece of glass on top. Now at the bottom of this TV here is where we can find the far-field microphones. And yes, since this is a Google TV with built-in far-field microphones, you can do things like, "Okay Google, will it rain?" Yeah, but that's the problem. As you can see, I'm not sure if this is an issue with our unit or just this Xiaomi P1 TV in general. The far-field microphones don't work. We tried screaming, it doesn't work. We tried whispering, doesn't work as well. But when we look at this remote control here, they do have a Google Assistant button and also a microphone at the top here. This works a lot better. Will it rain?
It's likely. Today in Petaling Jaya, there's a good chance of scattered rain throughout the day and continuing through the night.
Nice gloomy weather. But if you want to turn off the far-field microphones, you can, because there is a physical switch underneath the TV that you can fiddle around here and then push it here. Yeah, once you turn it off, the LEDs will light up in orange, solid orange, which I find it to be quite distracting. So maybe a firmware update can change this. Please, Xiaomi, that would be really nice. So moving on to the I/O of this TV here, we do actually have a lot of ports at the back bottom part of this TV. Now we have ports ranging from old to new types of inputs. So we also have RCA, TV tuner, all of those stuff. And going up to the most modern HDMI standards, everything is present on this TV. Most importantly is how easy it is to actually access those HDMI and USB ports, because they are placed on the sides. So you don't have to go underneath your TV just to plug in something. So that's really nice actually. And also, we should also highlight that this TV comes with a multiple different modes for your HDMI ports, ranging from HDMI 1.4 for older device compatibility, HDMI 2.0, which is the most common now for 4K 60Hz inputs, and HDMI 2.1 for eARC support. So moving on to the panel quality of this TV, we once again need to bring up Xiaomi's not so honest marketing, because on their website they say this TV supports up to 94% of DCI-P3 color gamut. Now, what we did here is plug in our own laptop and then use our own colorimeter to test the color accuracy of this TV panel. What we found out is quite interesting, so we leave most of the settings on default, but we change the color temperature to standard, HDMI RGB range to full, and then color space. There is an option to change between native and DCI-P3. So what we decided is to test both of those color spaces instead. So starting off, since Xiaomi claimed DCI-P3 94%, we tested that first. What we found out is that the DCI-P3 color space is only at about 80 something percent, so it's far from that self-claimed 94%, but the sRGB color gamut coverage is at about 96%, so I would say that is excellent. So then we changed the color space from DCI-P3 back to sRGB, which is native, and then tested it again. The color accuracy is no different, so yeah, I don't know how Xiaomi got that 94% of DCI-P3, we just can't get it. One thing I realized is that the saturation and contrast level of this TV out of the box is extremely high. My wallpaper from a deeper blue color turned purple when I plugged it into this TV, so yeah, if you think that the color is a bit too extreme, please head on to the settings menu to tweak it a little bit to suit your own eyes. Okay, then now moving on to the software side of things. This TV is actually a pretty standard Android TV. So you get Google's TV OS, and then all of the interface and menus are exactly the same as you'd expect from Xiaomi's own TV box. So you get Netflix support, some app support, you get Google Play Store if you want to install Spotify or whatever. So if you're familiar with Android TV, then this is exactly the same like any other devices that are using Android TV. So one thing that I need to highlight here is that this remote control is pretty well designed by splitting the older inputs buttons into the top part, whereas all the modern stuff is at the bottom here. Actually, if you have the Xiaomi set-top box, then you can see that part of the remote control is actually at the bottom half here. So this controller is kind of long for no reason, but it works. It's pretty okay to reach all of the buttons. It's just long. Now, as for user experience, we tried this TV in terms of both video watching and also some gaming. And one thing that I need to highlight to you guys, and if you want to buy this TV for gaming, you will need to head into the settings menu and change it into game mode for your external inputs so that you get the best response time. Now, we tested both standard and gaming mode, but we didn't realize any change in terms of its graphical quality, sharpness, or even contrast or color for that matter. So we are not really sure why Xiaomi decided to split standard and game mode into two different settings that you need to interchange. And in terms of responsiveness, I would say the MediaTek chip inside is serviceable. It's not really lagging obviously or anything like that, but one thing that we need to highlight is also the speaker that is built into this TV. It's not the best, but it's there. So at the end, if you want to buy this TV for both your video watching, gaming, for your consoles and all of those stuff, this is quite a decent TV after all for the price of 2,499 ringgit. According to my colleague, it's a decent option, but he also highlighted that if you want to buy this TV, then maybe look for sales periods because Xiaomi is always known for their promotions. Maybe you will get a cheaper price during the time. And also, if you don't like these two little legs, they are quite flimsy by the way, you can also mount it on the wall with some VESA mount because this TV also supports that. And if you mount it on the wall, you will definitely appreciate the fact that those USB ports and the HDMI ports are pointed to the sides. So yeah, that's it. That's all we have to share with you about the Xiaomi Mi TV P1 55-inch. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.